I think I got a Christmas present.
What?
Not every day you walk out there in the driveway and you find an excavator sitting there. This one's not mine. I saw it from the house. I thought it was flags for the pipeline. Nope, that's an excavator. Pretty sure it's my neighbor, my concrete guy. It's just really funny that I guess he dropped it off early this morning sometime and he'll come back today. But just really funny that he left it sitting here. Do you leave the keys in it? Oh, no, he didn't leave me a key. Darn it. Well, this is a good sign anyway. This gives me some promise that he's going to come do the concrete today. He left his machine here. But yeah, really funny that he just left it here in the driveway. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff. All right, we are formed up and ready. Laying the last little bits of remesh, and our concrete truck is here. So we're gonna get ready to start pouring shortly. Well, it's all poured and we're just a little short. We were really short the first time, I have to admit. It was, by all calculations, it should have been 9.5 yards. We ordered 10 for the first truck. And then we ordered another 2. And we're still filling in the rest of this hole with sacks of quick tape. So we can't figure out how it happened. We double checked, triple checked all the numbers. These are 2x6 forms, but they filled up from the bottom. So when I ran the numbers, I did square footage times 4 inches thick. And really it's more like 3.5, but somewhere, somehow we lost some yardage or we got some light trucks. We don't really know, and there's not really any way to prove it. But it's off and on wanting to rain. It just started kind of misty rain. So hopefully if it rains on us while we're kind of screeing and floating it, that'll be okay, so long as it'll cut off raining when we finally put that last finish, which is, we're gonna do a broom finish anyway. So if it's a little rough or a little, you know, dimpled looking, I guess that's okay, really, because it's not gonna be a perfectly slick finish in the end anyway. But yeah, exciting stuff. We're excited to have it. We'll show you the finished product when it's all said and done. All right, well, I failed to ever make the final video for you guys after we strip forms, but I'll give you a little tour of our concrete here. So here's our front slope where we pull up and park, and we went 8 feet out all the way around the house. Actually extended 9 feet. I'll show you on the other side. But we did this. It's kind of weird because it's like, it's not really a patio, but it's not really a sidewalk. I guess really it is a patio. Not really a sidewalk because we put it right up against the house. But the point was that we had more than enough space. We wanted to be able to back the vehicles up here and actually back onto the concrete if we decided to, which we don't right now, because if we did, then we'd be like right up against the house. But really the big thing is having plenty of space to get in, get into the back of the vehicles, work around, have just dry area. And I can't even begin to describe how life-changing it is to have this concrete versus the little pavers like we did. So we brought 8 feet around the side of the house here to our main door that we go in and out of. And we're thinking about taking this eyebrow off and extending it out that 8 feet, so then we really would have a true covered patio. Caroline, why was it over there in the first place?
Because I didn't know that.
Please don't throw my tripod in the mud. Thank you. That's good right there. Good job, honey. Okay, so anyway, we came across the front of the house 8 feet again, so the eyebrow can come off and be extended at some point. Then we would have actually a good true covered patio. And then coming around the side of the house here, we actually went out to 9 feet because we put roughly 4 feet over to the base of the staircase. We did leave a gap on purpose. We just didn't want concrete right up against the leg of the stairs. I'm not really sure why, we just didn't. So we left a little gap and made this a true sidewalk here to come around to the back door. So now we've got good concrete access to at least 2 main doors. This whole area in here we're going to get filled in with a little bit more dirt and then rock. The pressure tank, which looks terrible, will be going in the pump house. And then we'll see about picking up this air handler unit and leveling it a little bit, probably. I just got to figure out how. I think that's just like a cast plastic pad. I might just be able to kind of get some wedges and jack it up a little bit. But we want to get this whole area underneath here filled in and rocked so that we've got some dry storage. We did poke a little drain pipe in right here. Just a piece of conduit just runs underneath so water doesn't get trapped, and water did. We've had several big rains to where this whole thing wants to fill up. So I'm really happy my concrete guy was like, you know, yeah, grab a pipe, you're gonna want it, and luckily we had one. So we'll get that filled in eventually, but it's just crazy. We used to have, you know, you guys probably caught it in old videos, walking around this side of the house, we just had those little pavers, and, you know, they were down in the mud, whatever, they were on a slope, you'd slip and slide around. And then walking by now and being up high, being up at the same level as the house, it's just crazy. It feels like you're way higher up there, maybe a foot higher now, but it just feels insanely much higher. So anyway, super happy to have it. A couple of little issues we had. We ended up pouring, the day we poured, it ended up raining that night, which sucked. The guys were out here till 2 o'clock in the morning trying to float it. They would float it, it would be done, and then it would rain again. But right here we had this little spot where the water drips off. I'm not really sure how, if the gutter is leaking. I think it drips off this little lip on that trim somehow, and so it dripped, it made a little hole, whatever. You know, I really can't complain too much because the labor on this job was really, really cheap, and I'm happy with it. It's just so happy to have concrete. See a little kitty cat paw prints all in here. Let's see, there's a couple other spots where it's got messed up. There's kitty cat prints and actually boot prints from me walking on it the morning after. A couple of more spots there where it dripped a little bit and washed. They did get some concrete on our stone. We put up plastic. We tried to prevent it, but guys got sloppy. There's scuff marks in it. All this stuff, it's like, whatever. You know, here's a couple more little chips just where it didn't quite set up right on surface. But, again, we spent less than $1,500 on the concrete, and we spent $1,000. I actually gave them $1,200 on the labor just because the guys were here so late. I felt like they earned it. And you know, that's, like I said, to me, that's a very minor investment, and it's such a huge improvement over what we had. We're so happy to have it. Yeah, that's all there is about it. Got us some concrete walks.